Every rand stolen steals from South Africa's future. Every crime unpunished is a promise broken. South Africa's poor are paying the highest price for a system that's failing them. According to the World Bank, crime and corruption drains at least 10% of South Africa's growth annually. That's 700 billion rand. With a B, lost. That's around 40% of what SARS collects, or double what we spend on healthcare. Infrastructure theft alone costs state-owned entities such as Eskom and PRASA up to 7 billion rand per year. The World Bank senior economist Benedict Badel says crime is not just a social issue, but also an economic cancer.
That, of course, has created somehow a vacuum in terms of the efficiency to deter crime and have high opportunity cost of crime, and that has created the space for crime to thrive, and especially these more complex forms of organized crime.
Corruption diverts funds meant for housing, education, and healthcare. As of 2022, only 10% of adults were literate. Over 1.5 million house burglaries occurred in 2024-25, yet only 43% were reported. 811,000 cases of consumer fraud were recorded last year. Crime takes away our ability to fix all these problems.
When it's perceived that those outcomes are achieved by illegal means or criminal means, then there's a sense of, why keep fighting and trying so hard to do it the legitimate way when you can't actually access those resources? From ghost employees to rigged tenders, corruption has hollowed out key institutions. The collapse of PRASA and SAA cost billions and left thousands jobless. The SAPS detective service is in ruins, with only 17,000 detectives handling all major crime cases in the country, well short of what is needed for a population of 64 million.
Yeah, look, if you have patches of insecurity in the country, you effectively render those areas uninvestable. So you want to have a blanket of security throughout the country so that if you want to expand in different provinces, you should be able to do that because the quality of security across the security cluster is the same. But if it's concentrated in certain priority areas, it means the underserviced areas become no-go zones for economies.
But it is explosive exposés, much like Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi's presser in July, which highlight what bold policing, along with extensive evidence, can unravel for our fragile economy. The solutions?
But if an enemy comes to you, attack the enemy. Don't allow the enemy to take advantage. You can't just lie with your arms in your hands like that. You have to fight.
First of all, it starts with having qualified and trained personnel, but then they've also got to be held accountable. And things like you talk about technology and equipment, things like the body cameras that they want to roll out.
Corruption isn't just criminal, it's also a moral collapse. Millions of South Africans are too afraid to report crimes or just don't trust the system to do anything about it. The poor are trapped in cycles of poverty, crime, and despair. Public trust in democracy and justice is eroding fast.
I feel these drug dens need to be closed down. These gangsters need to be picked up on a daily basis. You see that kids don't have the peace anymore like those days. Every time when they're busy shooting in the road, they must run in. And they must all day stay inside. And it's not fair towards the children, man.
There's all the gang people that is in our gang, they influence us with drugs or they took your head over like, yeah, we can give you money or this or that. But it's not true. They're only using you until they can't use you anymore.
To fix South Africa, we'll have to fix our institutions. To protect the poor, we'll need to prosecute the powerful. The price of betrayal is way too high, and the time for accountability is now.